Hello everyone. So, in previous lecture, we have talked about decision making statements. In decision making statement, first we have seen the flow charts, the general flow charts of decision making statements, and then after we have gone through the coding part. So, first we have seen the flow chart of if, like simple if else if ladder, nested if, switch, right? And then after we have performed some program based on simple if else if ladder and nested if. The one topic which remains is switch case. Now in this lecture I am just going to cover switch case. What is the switch case and how I can use, in which case I can use that. Now if you have understand the flow chart of switch case, or if you have understand the flow chart and coding part of else if ladder, then you can easily understand switch case. Why? Because else if ladder and switch case can be used as a substitution. Like you can use switch case in substitute of say else if ladder. Now how I can use switch case and what is the syntax of switch case, that I am going to cover in this lecture. So if you have not seen the flow chart for that, so please just go through that video and just revise your flow chart. So it will be easy for you to understand. Now we know that when we use else if ladder or switch case, when I am having more than two cases. In conditional programming, when I am having more than two conditions to check, at that time I can use else if ladder or switch case, because it was the disadvantage of simple if and if else that I can only cover up to two cases, whether true or false. So if I want to include more than two conditions, at that time I can use either switch or else if ladder, and we have already performed a program based on else if ladder. Now how I am going to tell you about switch. First I would like to talk about else if ladder program, and then I am modifying it using switch case. So first in this lecture, first I am going to write a program using else if ladder, and then after I am just modifying the syntax. So what will be the program? In this lecture, first I am going to demonstrate that if I want to print, like say if user have entered 1, I want to print Monday. If user have entered 2, then I want to print Tuesday. If user have entered 3, then I want to print Wednesday. And same for other days, other remaining days. How I can execute this program using else if ladder? So first I will execute this program using else if ladder, and then after I am going to use switch. How I can do that? So let me just open this new project, and inside that I am writing include stdio dot h, then after int main inside braces I am writing return 0, then after int say n is the number which is going to be entered by user, and then after I am just checking it. So printf enter number, right? Here I'm going to use scanf to take value from user, %d as it is integer, and add. Right? So this is a simple program. Then after, what I'm going to do, if and is equal to 1. Right? What if this is the case? Printf say Sunday. I'm just going to print this, bluntly I'm just going to print Sunday. I'm not going to, because we need to understand the concept, not the syntax and like say the patterns. After that, what if this is not the case? If and equal to 2, then I'm just going to print say Monday. I love Sundays, so I have taken it as number 1. Then I'm just copying this and pasting it over here. If n is equal to 3, at that time this must be Tuesday, right? That's right. Let me copy it again. If n equal to 4, then this should be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then after, I'm just, see, you can just skip this or fast forward this because I'm just coding. Thursday, right? And then after, if n equal to 6, right? And at last Saturday. So what if this is not the case? If this is not the case, in else part I'm going to print Saturday. Or I can say, let me do one thing. I'm again using else if, and for Saturday also I'm writing something. Say if this is the case, then Saturday, right? But if this is not the choice, if user have entered 1000 or 100 or something like that, that not a student of class, if it enters something like that, then I am going to printf invalid choice, right? So this is the cases that I am going to cover. There is no other cases other than this. And this is how I can implement program using else if. Now, if I just save this program, compile it and run it, and if I enter say 6, then what is printed? Friday. And you can see it over here. If the entered number is 6, then Friday is going to be printed. Let me just execute it again with another output. So if I just compile and run and enter say 1000. So invalid choice, right? So here, this program I have implemented using else if let. Now I am going to show you that how you can implement this using say switch case. So I am just keeping this as it is. In switch case, what you need to do, switch case is having some syntax kind of switch. Here you have to enter say choice, and inside the bracket you are going to use case 1, case 2, something like that. Now what is this cases? So whatever number is varying and based on which you are taking decision is written inside this choice, like inside this switch in place of choice. Here what is varying? Value of n is varying, right? So here as the value of n is varying, instead of choice I am writing n over here. You can see value of n is varying and based on the value of n I am going to take decision. So that's why I am writing n as a choice. You can write something like that as in place of choice. And cases are the options of n. Here the options of n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not 8, 1 to 7, right? So then what if the user have entered choice other than this? If user have entered choice other than this, then I can use default case. So how I can use the syntax, I am just going to show you. You can just keep your eyes on the board. I hope you will be like say comfortable with this because I am coding in front of my laptop and you are going to see that in my screen. Okay, so I am going to write that. So first case is 1. If the value of n is 1, at that time I'm going to write case 1, and inside case 1 I'm going to print same as that Sunday, right? I'm going to print that. Now after that you have to write break. Now what is the use of break? I'm going to explain further here. Let it be inside the braces. It is okay if you don't use brace, but I would like to use it, being a good programmer. Then just copy this because it will be same for other cases. And I'm just copying and pasting the code because it is having similar pattern. Here it will be Monday and break. Here it will be. See, in C programming, indent is not that important, but it is good habit that you write a program with some good indents so that you can see the flow with that. Monday here, Tuesday, then here Tuesday, then Wednesday, right? Then you can just fast forward this. I'm just coding Thursday. Here Friday, and at last it will be Saturday, right? And what if this is not the case? So by default I will write invalid choice. Right? So this is the case. Now, if I just, erase this part of, you can see how I have converted else if into switch case. Now, if I just save this program, compile it and run it, and if I enter say 6, Friday is printed. Right? Now, you must be wondering that why we are using some extra elements, that is say break. We are going to talk about break, continue and go to separately in another lecture. But right now just understand that when the control see the statement break, at that time it will just break the operation and come out of the loop. Now here when the control sees break, it will just come out of the switch cases. So if this is same like the choice filling, right? If the first case is that, it will be break at that moment and just come out of the switch case. It will not going to execute the other cases. Same for if first is not your choice, second is your choice, then it will check for first. First is not your choice, so it will not go inside the brackets, right? And it will go for it will check second. If second is the choice, it will just perform its operation and break the operation. Right? So at the moment only one is printed. But now what if I'm just erasing break from here? See, if I'm erasing break from here, and I'll show you that what is happening. So if I'm just erasing it, saving it, and if I'm just compiling and running it, enter say 5. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday and invalid choice is printed. Here in invalid choice I have not written and. So let me just execute it again. If I am entering 5, you can see. So when it is checking, you can see that this is the previous output and this is the current output. So when it is checking, it will check that first it checked for 5, but the case is 1, right? So it will not go inside. Then it will check for second, which is not matched with 5. Same for 3 and 4, but for 5 it will match. So it will go inside. When it go inside, it will just print for Thursday, but there is no break operation. So for remaining cases, it will just make it true, though it is not. So for case 6, it is printing 5. Case 7, it is printing for case 6, it is printing Friday. For case 7, it is printing Saturday, and invalid choice is also printed. So make sure that while writing switch case, you just don't underestimate the power of break, right? You have to write that. Besides this, writing default is optional. You can just eliminate this. But being a good programmer, it is good habit that you use default. So this is all about switch case. I'm going to take another example to make it more clear. Now what will be the example? So let me just take new project, or let me just clear all of this. I don't need to clear all of this. I can just modify it. So I'm just writing something. So what can be the second example? In second example, I am going to implement calculator. That means if user have entered 1, that means addition is to be done. If 2 is entered, then subtraction is to be done. 3 is entered, then multiplication is to be done, and 4 is entered, then division is to be done. You can also include model operation, but I am not going to include it. And if the choice is other than this, then you can write invalid choice. So for that, first I have to take 3 numbers A, B and C. I also have to take choice. Instead of, okay, I have to write number 1 and say here A. And let me just copy this and paste it over here. Here it will be say number 2, B. Here I am writing same for choice. Enter choice. But you know that 1 means addition, 2 means subtraction, and me know. But how the user would know? So I have to give the user the options. So for that I am writing printf. 1 means addition. You can also write in some different way, but I will write something like this. Two means subtraction. I'm just ignoring the entire thing. I'm just using the acronyms. 3 means multiplication. And 4 means division, right? Here, let me repeat small. Enter your choice, and in place of this choice, I am writing CHOIC, choice. Now, if instead of and, I have to write here choice, because according to my choice, I am performing an expression. Here, I am just writing, if 1 is the case, C equal to A plus B will be that. And I am going to print slash and say percentage D C. And also I need to add break, right? This will be same here, but instead of A plus B, I am using A minus B. Here, instead of A plus B, I am using A into B. Here, instead of this, I am using A divided by B. Here, you can also take it as a float, the numbers, but at that time you have to take all of them as a float, and make sure that switch case do not work with floats. So whatever choices you are entering must be integer. This is very important point, guys. You have to note that. I just forgot to talk about that when I was explaining switch in general, and this is not the case also. And default, that means invalid choice, right? So let me just check this program. If I just compile it and run it, what is the problem? Okay, I have just forgot to put semicolon. Why it is that? Colon, sorry, not semicolon, colon. Okay, if I just save this and compile it, voila. So if I am entering 12 and say 6, and what will be the choice? 1 means why it is not asking me to enter the choice. 1, okay, enter the choice. See, I have not used a /n for the choices, so it is showing me in the same line. I can just modify it, right? I can just modify it. /n, and enter your choice. This looks better. So if I just compile it and run it, if I'm entering 12 and 6 again, and what will be my choice? My choice will be, say, multiplication. Okay, so 3 is my choice. So 72, which is correct answer, right? So this is how you can use switch case. We will also see some example based on switch case at the end of the session. And I hope you enjoyed this class. If you have any doubt, you can just comment below the comment section, and I'll make sure that I clear your doubt. I hope you enjoyed this class. See you in the next class. Thank you so much.